Hey there guys, Shot here. Today we're going to do another Warframe beginner's guide. Today we're going to take a look at mobile defense, alright? Now, I do understand that Warframe, or I should say Digital Extreme, did release a recent update with a new Warframe and a new mission type and a little hidden Easter egg, and you're probably asking why am I not covering that instead, as mobile defense is kind of an older mission type. Well, the reason being is because I'm a very busy guy. I'm a full-time student. I've been doing a lot of assignments and just doing life stuff in general, so I haven't really had the chance to play all the new content yet, but when I do, I will definitely do a guide on those. Don't you worry about that. I'm still having a couple of laptop issues while playing this game, which is really unfortunate, but I am going to get a new computer this weekend, so hopefully I can play Warframe and do more Warframe videos more reliably. At the end of this video, I am going to showcase the hidden little Easter egg that Digital Extreme did put into this game as well, just as a little bonus. The Easter egg was definitely brought to my attention by a subscriber and esteemed friend of mine. His name is Dick P. Nice name, right? I know. Yeah, he messaged me and told me about it, and I was like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. So I'll show you what that's all about. It's kind of like a little Flappy bird tribute or something like that. But yeah, I'll show you at the end of the video anyway. So again, we're going to do this mission type guide, this Warframe beginner's guide on mobile defense right now. So we'll take Frost into the Era system, into Scythe. Alright, so here we go. Hopefully we can find a group, because this is actually one of the harder mission types to do solo. Alright, so again, hopefully we can find a group. You know what, we're going to just go into it. Hopefully somebody joins anyways. Usually somebody does. It's not hard to find a group for mobile defense, as it is a very popular mission type to play. And I'll get into why that is when we get into the game anyways. So let's just skip that. So at the beginning of the map, you get a little key here that you pick up, and the whole point is to carry the key from point to point, defending the area, and making sure that it doesn't get destroyed, and making sure that you survive. All right. So here we are. We're going to carry the points. Now, it's going to be very similar to defense, where you do have to protect the points of interest. Alright, so there is that. Right now we're just trying to make our way to the first point. We're going to avoid a lot of these mobs, because we just kind of just want to get through this video before my freaking laptop decides to crash. This is actually like my fourth time trying to record this, so that's pretty annoying. And again, I hope somebody do join us, because this is actually a pretty difficult mission type to play solo. Oh, that was a little unexpected. Somebody teleported us. So we're going to throw up a little bubble there to give us a little bit of cover from the mobs behind us. I'm surprised that nobody else has joined yet. Now, it really depends on it is kind of random how many terminals you have to protect, alright? Previously I was 3 and now it's only 2, so it depends on the map, as the maps are semi-randomly generated. The tile sets are basically placed in random fashion, depending on, the game mode and all that stuff. So I'm still a little surprised that no one's joined yet. I don't think I put it on private, but that's okay. We'll try and do our best solo if necessary. It shouldn't be too difficult. We are bringing an Ogress into combat, so that will definitely help things out. So as you can see, I'm still carrying the key from one point to another. So the first point is pretty far away. Usually the second point is not as far away. Usually, not always. Again, it depends on how the map is generated. Still nobody joining, which is a little bit awkward. Okay, well, that's alright. We can deal with this. We're fairly well geared. And, I'm not a complete noob, so... Oh, this is, speaking of not being a complete noob, I jumped to my death, of course. So it's above us. Okay, there's the stairway. Well, I guess I should start describing the mission type, since it does look like it's going to take us a little while to get to our first point. So basically, you take the key, you put it into the point of interest, and then you protect that point of interest, and then a timer will start, alright? So when the timer starts, you have to defend the area and stay alive until the timer goes down. So okay, we're at the point of interest, so we just put the key in here, put the key in there, there we go, just like that. And they protect the area. Frost is good for this because of his bubble, just like that. And when the timer is done ticking down, you take the key, you find the next point of interest, protect that area. Alright, and then when you're done that, you basically get your ass out of there when you're done protecting all the areas, okay? So, mobile defense is actually really, really good for leveling up and grinding out XP, and the reason being is because there's a constant stream of mobs coming your way the entire time, which is, of course, very, very good for grinding out XP and such, okay? Another reason is because, unlike defense, where, ouch, where the mobs do progressively get harder and harder, in mobile defense, mobs are a lot more stagnant in their levels, so their difficulty level is a lot more predictable than in defense, which definitely will help. Looks like we're in a little bit of trouble, so let's just get out of here. Back in your area. There we go. As I was saying, because the mobs stay in a consistent level and a consistent difficulty, it's a lot easier to kind of predict and strategize. And also, unlike defense, there's no breaks, so there's always a constant flow of XP, which is definitely helpful when you're trying to grind out for XP. So mobile defense is actually very, very good when you're trying to, you know, gain some levels and stuff like that. Okay, so we're in a little bit of trouble here. This is another reason why you're going to want a good balance of team members and stuff. Because it is actually one of the harder mission types, okay? It is definitely one of the harder ones to solo because of the amount of mobs and the general difficulty of the mission type. That's okay, I think we should be able to survive. You know, I don't think we're in too much trouble. We are pretty well geared. Now, as far as recommended warframes go, I do kind of recommend a more crowd control kind of warframe, like Nyx or Vauban, especially if you're going to try and solo it, which makes me kind of regret bringing in Frost. Sorry, I was distracted for a second. I'm not getting any energy orbs, which is definitely not helping. And the reason why you're going to want crowd control is because look at all these mobs. Look at them all. It's actually pretty difficult to handle without, you know, good crowd control. Now, Frost is good against gunfire, but he's not that great at crowd control himself, so he's more of a team player than anything else, okay? So, if you are in a team, you definitely want the EPS, you definitely kind of want a Frost to protect the area, okay? And the reason being because, you know, gunfire is an issue, alright? So, Frost's snow bubble or snow globe is definitely going to help with that. And of course, crowd control warframes will definitely keep mobs at bay, which of course will help. And you're going to want a DPS warframe like Nova or someone like that in order to, you know, kill things in a reasonably efficient way. So a good balance of warframes is definitely going to be helpful, alright? So basically any warframe will do as long as it complements the makeup of the team. And that's really what matters in this game mode. But if you're soloing, you're definitely going to want to bring in more of a crowd controlling warframe. I just kind of blew myself off. That's okay, we'll revive and continue on. Whoops! I'm more of a danger to myself than the mobs, to be honest. So throw open our bubble, help things out. Get these guys out of our little home here. Alright, so again, this is definitely a very, very good mission type to farm in because of the amount of XP and mobs that it will generate. And when I do a Warframe Beginner's Guide on farming, I will definitely be mentioning mobile defense, that's for sure, you can count on it. Now defense is still a very good way to gain XP, alright, don't get me wrong, but because of the constant flow of mobs, because you can predict the difficulty a little bit better than in defense, I find this is one of the better routes to gain XP. Now, one thing that defense has over mobile defense is that it's a little bit easier to find games in, as generally speaking, there's a lot of people playing defense, okay, generally speaking. And there's still a lot of people playing mobile defense, don't get me wrong, but it's a little tiny bit not as popular, I guess I want to say. But that doesn't mean it's not popular by any means, okay? You're not going to have a hard time finding a game, but nonetheless, you will find a defense game faster than a mobile defense game as far as group play goes is concerned. Okay, as you can see, I've been playing this for a little while. I've yet to actually gain a team member. This would not be the case if I was on Xeni or any other kind of defense map, as they are very popular. I gotta stop blowing myself up. So where's my cursor? I can't find my cursor. There we go. We're gonna hit revive again. We're gonna use up all the revives here. Sorry about the new play there. I blame the Ogress. It's a little bit hard to play with the Ogress and just Frost as far as soloing is concerned. Again, this is another reason why I recommend bringing in a crowd control Warframe if you're going to try and solo. These guys will be confused or held in place or whatever Warframe does that you choose for crowd control. It'll definitely help things along a lot more, okay? Frost's crowd control ability is very, very limited. His Snow Globe is more for protection than crowd control, that's for sure. As it doesn't really stop the mobs, it just kind of slow them down if they get into your little home. And you don't even really want them to get into your home anyways. It's more, again, more for protection, alright, against gunfire, to protect the point of interest, to protect yourself. Okay, so we're done here. Let's get the hell out of here before my laptop decides to crash again.
Bypass complete. You may proceed.
Okay, so again, we're done protecting the area, so we're going to just quickly make our way out of here as fast as possible. And then that's basically mobile defense in a nutshell. Again, it's good for XP grinding. It's good for where the hell is the thing here? Okay, here we go. It's good for XP grinding, and it's generally a pretty popular mode for the most part. Not as popular as, say, defense. And as far as team makeup goes, you're going to definitely want to bring in a good balance. Okay? It definitely, not one Warframe is going to be better than the other, unless you're soloing. If you are soloing, you're definitely going to want to bring in a Nyx or a Vauban or some other crowd control Warframe. Or just generally whatever you consider as your best Warframe, okay? Because this is definitely one of the more harder game modes to solo, that's for sure. Okay, so will we make it? Okay, we made it, awesome! So if you guys found this enjoyable, you found this informative or helpful in any way, please help a brother out, you know? Like, share, fave, comment, let me know what you think is the most appropriate team makeup for mobile defense. Let me know your favorite Warframe to bring into mobile defense, and let me know about your thoughts on mobile defense. Alright, but most importantly, you know, help me grow, subscribe, and feed me my vegetables. Well, that's it for me, guys. Aldershot out. Alright, so what is up with this new Easter egg thing? And what's the big craze with Flappy Bird? Oh, either way, we're gonna, you know, test it out anyway. So apparently, we're supposed to type in Flappy and to log in without a password. I've never actually done this yet, so let's see what happens. Oh, we're getting a loading screen. That usually means something interesting. So here we are. We're at the Flappy Bird little Easter egg that Digital Extreme kind of snuck into the latest update. So tap space to flap. It looks like we're using a new Viper Warframe to do this as well. It's a nice little analogy as he is airborne kind of Warframe. Right, let's try this out. Oh my god, this is ow, my head. You know, I was never that great at Flappy Bird, so I'm not going to be great at this either. Oh man, I'm not good at this at all. I'm going to try one more time. I think you guys kind of get it, and the volume is really screwed up because it doesn't actually let me play with my adjusted volume in the game, so it's really, really loud, so bear with me. We're going to try one more time. Okay, so we've learned I really suck at Flappy Birds, and in turn I really suck at Warframe Flappy Birds. Well, that's it for the that's it for the Easter egg. So huge thanks to Dick P again for bringing this up to me. Definitely pretty cool. Definitely a nice little Easter egg that Digital Extreme put in. Nothing I'll waste too much time on, that's for sure. And this is for a limited time, so have at it, fellas. Enjoy Flappy Warframe bird, whatever.